One. Yo, what's good, people? What's good, family? Another episode of the Squadcast podcast. I am Brother DJ, a.k.a. Capo, a.k.a. Cartier Capo, and I got my bro with me.
The Silent Assassin Black Roster.
Silent Assassin. Hey, you see what we got going on here? Yeah, we got that flight school, you know what I'm saying? Hey, flight school, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to bro, Mike James, you know what I'm saying? Blade Brown on Facebook. Look him up. He get you right. You got the hoodies and all that. We'll get more into that towards the end when we do our shout outs and all that.
You know it.
Yeah, but we got a lot on the I don't want to say a lot, but we got some interesting stuff. We're gonna keep it going with what we did last week, you know.
Right.
And kind of had me thinking, you know what I'm saying, when I was a young lad hopping off a lily pad, you know what I'm saying? And you with your boys, right? And y'all might be partying, partaking, and whatever you do. You might be drinking on something. You might be smoking on something. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all get into these classic debates that we like to have all the time. Who's the best at what, and what's the top this and all that. And I got to thinking, like, what are the top 5 black movies of all time? At least in our opinion.
I can dig it.
You know? And trust me, there is a long list of movies that we can discuss. And I'm pretty sure that there's going to be so many movies that we're going to have left off the list that the people are probably going to be mad at us.
Right, of course.
But, you know, hey, some make the list, some don't. They all can't be winners. See, this is what I tell my kids. They all can't be winners. You know, my daughter gets a boyfriend. Hey, they all can't be winners, all right? We live and we learn. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, you know, sidebar. But, you know, top 5 black movies. And then, what are the top 5 worst black movies? Brother Black, have you done your research? Do you have your top 5 black movies?
My top 5 best black movies, I would say. This is personal opinion. Don't nail me to the cross. I would say Poetic Justice would have to be in my top 5.
Gotcha.
Menace to Society. Boys in the Hood. Belly. And I was kind of torn. I was really trying to figure out if I wanted to throw Pulp Fiction in there.
That's not a black movie. Just because Samuel L. Jackson's in there don't mean it's a black movie, bro.
Well,
I'm kind of insulted that you'd even think
but
about that.
To me, it's just like, I don't know. He just killed that movie so much. But my 5th would have to be...
Black, not John Travolta.
I like that Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins just because it was funny. It's black. It's too... You gonna say that's not black?
I'm not saying that's not black.
What you gonna say?
I'm not saying nothing. All I'm saying is, out of all the movies...
I could have picked one more, but that's the one I'm...
Like Roscoe Jenkins.
Roscoe
Jenkins. We got Roscoe Jenkins.
No, my
Hold
bad,
on.
Juice. My bad. I was wrong. I said my bad, Juice. I meant to say
So
Juice.
you got Juice, Menace to Society, Poetic Justice, Boys in the Hood.
And Above the Rim. My bad.
You just added that. That wasn't what you originally said. But we'll put Above the Rim in there. That's Brother Black's.
Society, Boys in the Hood, Belly.
Okay. Yeah, he had Belly.
Belly, my bad.
And then he just inserted Boys in the Hood. That's
Kill
why.
That, Roscoe Jenkins,
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood.
Okay.
What you call it?
So run your top 5 down again.
Boys in the Hood, Belly, Menace to Society.
Okay.
Damn. I just said it.
Darn.
Yeah, you're right, darn.
Okay, brother Black
Hood,
has short
Belly,
term.
Boys in the Hood, Belly, Menace to Society.
Poetic Justice.
Poetic Justice.
And Juice.
And Juice.
Okay, that's your top 5.
Yeah.
Elaborate on why that's your top 5.
I did mess up again. I forgot to say Friday.
Bro,
I'm
bro,
adding Friday in there, but I'll take out one of them. The reason why I chose Friday was because that was the first movie I ever went to the show to see in theaters. The very first movie ever seen. So that's got to be in there. I forgot. That was the whole reason, first movie I picked. So
Brother Black has changed his top 5
twice.
At least 3 or 4 times.
Twice.
And we talked about this way a week ago. So can you please, for the people, run your top 5 down once
Friday,
again? So you don't have to do all that, brother. We hear you.
Whatever, bro.
We hear you.
Friday, Poetic Justice, Belly, Above the Rim, and Juice.
Okay. Now, why are those your top 5?
Friday is...
You explain Friday.
Okay, Belly, just because.
You don't necessarily have to go individually. Like, I just feel a certain way about these. Like, these resonate with me. I felt the, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, for the most part, Poetic Justice is just like I grew up on it, and it was just like Tupac, Janet Jackson.
Okay.
To see them in their heydays, and you know what I'm saying, from them acting, and just like with majority of the movies that I mentioned, you know what I'm saying, that's when they was first starting out, and just to see them blossom to what they is now, if they are still acting, if they're alive, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Yeah, those would be mine, and it's like I said, it's a lot of other ones that hopefully he'll name some, but it's a couple other ones that I know a lot of people gonna say we didn't mention. So what are your top five?
My
brother?
top five, brother. Let's get into it, because I'm prepared. I have all my stuff written down and everything. I don't have to blank out. So my top five movies, in my opinion, is Harlem Nights, because
I didn't think about
all the classic comedians that is in that movie. Rest in peace of those that have passed away, the Red Foxes of the world, and the Robin Harrises of the world, and things of that nature. Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Charlie Murphy. I mean, the list. Della Reese. I'm not going to do all the guys and not give the women their credit. Della Reese was in that movie, and she was definitely a very important part in that movie. So, Harlem Nights, House Party, Boys in the Hood, Friday, Lean on Me. Those are my top five. I kind of talked about Harlem Nights a little bit. House Party, I mean, it just speaks for itself. I mean, you got Kid, you got Play, you got Martin Lawrence, you got Chill. I mean, you got just a whole cast of just comedic, urban genius, black genius. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, like I said, Robin Harris. Boy. I want to quote him, but I ain't gonna do it.
What's that?
Especially when the police harassed him when he's going to look for his son.
We're gonna kick you.
But we ain't gonna get into that. Boys in the Hood, obviously. I mean, when you growing up black, you know what I'm saying, especially we in Chicago, any city, that movie touches you to some kind of capacity, you know what I'm saying? And Poetic Justice, Tupac, Janet. Do you really have to say more?
What's a yam?
You know what I'm saying? Do we really, you know, at the barbecue, cousin? You know what I'm saying? So, and then, like I said, Lean on Me.
Yeah, that was one right there. I forgot about that. And that's
they used to call me Crazy Joe. Now they call me Batman. Mr. Sam's. Mr. Sam's. You like to smoke crack, Mr. Sam's? Go ahead and jump off the roof, Mr. Sam's. Jump, Mr. Sam's. That's my weak little impression, but I think I did pretty good on that one myself personally. Shout out Flight School because I'm up there. But yeah, that's my top five black movies. Like I said, like there's so many. Like I could have put Do the Right Thing on there. I could have put Malcolm X on there. You could have put American Gangster. You could have put a plethora of movies depending on the genre and what you like. Like to me, I'm so mad that I didn't put Hoodlum on there.
That's what I thought you was going to say, honestly.
Because Hoodlum, like, I love Hoodlum so much, but it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just, that's my top five. I'm not going to backtrack like Brother Black did 3 times. That's my top five. That's my story. I'm sticking with it, and I gave you the reasons why. And we could debate this. It ain't really no need for debate because it's just my opinion, like it's just his opinion.
If that's your top five, so what's your top 5 worst movies? Then I'll let you kick that off.
Oh, the top 5 worst?
Yeah, let me
horrible, disgusting black movies.
Yeah, I gotta hear this.
Okay. Because I was prepared. Because once again, this is something we talked about with this episode, blah, blah, blah. So I got 3 Strikes. Pootie Tang.
Wow. You a cold piece, brother.
Baps. Lottery Ticket.
Okay, touche.
And it's a tie between, well, I'm going to just say it. The Honeymooners with Cedric the Entertainer. That was trash to me. But coming in at a strong 6, maybe tie for 5th, Janky Promoters. We didn't forget about you, baby. Mike Epps, Ice Cube, y'all owe us one, baby. We didn't forget about you. Yeah. We didn't forget about you. So that's just my top 5. Worst, horrible. And trust me, there's so many I could have picked from. Just like there's so many good ones we could have picked from. But 3 Strikes.
This man said Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang. Baps, because I didn't like how they depicted the black woman in that movie. Even though I get the time and era that we lived in as far as the urban community, how they were dressing in the 90s and whatnot, I still felt like that was just an over depiction of the black woman. Like, they all wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? And for it to be Black American Princesses, that's what the BAP stand for, or whatever. I think that was just a horrible depiction of black women. The Honeymooners was just corny, like super corny. Like, this is when
that was one of the ones that I picked because I thought that was gonna be so funny, and it just turned out to be a straight dud to me.
Like, this is when like Cedric the Entertainer was probably at like, he had hit his peak, but he was on the downhill. And that movie was one of the ones when he was on his way on the decline. And like I said, Janky Promoters, I mean, that movie was glad bag, trash bag, bro. I mean, I was so mad when I bought that DVD from the Movie Man at the barbershop, bro. I was hot. Like, you lucky I only paid $3 for that joint. But that's my top 5 horrible, worst black movies. Brother Black, what is your top 5?
For my top 5, like you said, I had Janky Promoters up there and Honeymooners.
Okay, that's 2. We got 3 more to go.
Now, I was kind of debating when you said Pootie Tang. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed the movie because just how stupid it was, but that was a bad movie.
That's a bad movie, bro. So you gonna throw that on there as number 3? Okay.
Third. My 4th was Death at a Funeral. The all black cast with their parent died.
Yeah, I get it,
bro. Come on, bro. There's too many good, well-known comedians for that movie to be as bad as it was. Death at a Funeral was probably my number 1 worst bad movie, honestly, out of all of them. Yeah. My fifth would have to be. I didn't like Precious, honestly. Just the way that she. I don't know if it was the treatment that she gave Precious.
Was it just like
the black mother? Because all moms is not just that. You know what I'm saying? Harsh on their kids.
I get that, but I forgive me if I'm wrong. And I'm asking because I'm not 100% sure. Was that based on a true story? I want to say it was based on a true story or true events to that capacity. So when you have a movie that's based on that particular character, then that's what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you like Precious to a Baps, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not saying.
I'm just trying to show you the difference. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
But that's your opinion, though, and you entitled to that. I don't want to take that from you.
And the reason why I say it is because didn't Monique get nominated for either some
she
sort
won,
of award?
She won an Oscar
and it goes back to why
Academy
do we have
Award.
to be depicted as this old extra mean, aggressive black man or woman or drug dealer, like they say for the males, to be nominated for an award?
Well, I mean, let's see. Let's run it down. Halle Berry got banged out by Billy Bob Thornton on Monsters Ball. She won the Academy Award for that.
That's all I'm saying.
Denzel played a crooked cop who got gunned down by Russians at the end of the movie, and he won an Academy Award because of that. And he has so many great movies.
That's all I'm
Halle
saying.
Berry has so many great movies that should have won Academy Awards that to me, and I agree with you, that it was kind of sickening to see that they won based off of that. But once again, you know, and correct in comments, share, like, subscribe, people, family. If we are wrong, if it was not based on true events or based on a true story, let us know. But I believe that's what it was.
I can't confirm it or not, so I won't say yea or nay. I don't know. I can't remember if it flashed across about it being a true story.
But that whole story was pretty harsh. I mean, you know, that was pretty bad. I really don't even feel comfortable getting into the specifics of it. Yeah. But everybody who's seen Precious knows what we're talking about. So we that's your top 5 worst black movies.
That's my top 5.
Okay, I can dig that. I can dig that 100%. While we on this top 5, brother, the debate continues. You with your boys, y'all riding, y'all might be in the crib playing the game, playing your music, your favorite rapper, your favorite tunes, and then the debate come like, oh, Jay-Z's better than Nas, Jeezy Gucci, T.I. Shawty Low, and so on. Who are your top 5 rappers? And then we can go into who are the top 5 trash bag rappers.
Top 5 alive?
Top 5.
I have to go Wayne at least. He has to be in there because he's my GOAT, basically. You know, he is my GOAT.
Okay.
I gotta throw Fab in there.
Who?
Fabulous, bro.
Okay, Fab. So Wayne and Fab.
DMX.
Okay.
I gotta say, I'm gonna keep him alive. I'm not gonna mention nobody dead because Tupac's not always been my number one. But ultimately, in hindsight, he doesn't have the catalog none of these people have. So I'll go Lupe Fiasco.
Lupe.
And then what's that? That's 4.
Yep, you have 4.
That's kind of tough because I gotta throw in a Kendrick Lamar or a J. Cole.
Okay. So
I'll keep them out. I'll go Talib Kweli since he's been in the game longer. I like lyricists, so that's why I named, or wordplay rather.
So you got Talib Kweli, DMX,
Wayne, Talib Kweli,
DMX, Wayne, Fabulous.
Yeah, and then I said
Lupe.
Yeah, Lupe.
And Lupe. And that's you basing that off lyricism. Tupac would have been your go-to, but his catalog cuts him short of the list, right?
Because ultimately, I mean,
he just doesn't have the catalog. Due to rest in peace,
right?
Pac, rest in peace, Big, and any other
that's always my
rapper,
rapper. But ultimately, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna stick with alive. So that would be my top 5 alive. Lupe Fiasco's catalog.
Well, that's not necessarily the question. I said top 5 rappers of all time.
Oh, all time?
I'm not
Tupac,
saying dead or alive.
Okay, Tupac, Wayne. I got Scarface. So scratch that list.
Oh
Tupac,
my God,
Wayne,
here he goes.
Scarface, Nas, and DMX.
Tupac, Scarface, Nas, DMX.
And
Wayne. Okay. That's your top 5.
Yep.
Rappers of all time.
That's for me.
That's your story. You sticking to it.
Yep.
We're not backtracking. We're not buck dancing.
I ain't gonna throw Fab in there. He's in there. He gets the honorable mention, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, shout out Flight School. Got to keep doing it. Same promo like I did everybody else. Brother DJ's top 5 rappers of all time. I'm throwing Pac in there as not necessarily, and this is not in no order, all right? Because I don't want people to be thinking, oh, you should have had him ranked high, whatever. Pac, and the only reason I'm saying Pac, and I know people want to talk about his catalog, lack of music, whatever, but Pac made music that resonated with the community, and that hits for me. He's rapping about stuff that we're going through right now, that still hits today.
He talked about
you know what I'm saying? Like, he touched on so many different things in a black community, from the Brenda's Got a Baby, like that. Oh my God.
That's a classic.
That is a classic. If y'all don't know, if y'all young whippersnappers, because I know y'all will say, I know I've seen some of the videos where they were talking about Drake is better than Tupac, and based
just
on, because the body of work and all this other stuff.
Terrible.
If Pac didn't have the longevity as Drake, because his lifespan got cut short. Let's be clear on that. All right? So I got Pac. I got Jay-Z.
I knew it.
You know what I'm saying? Just because I grew up a whole kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, from The Streets Is Watching to Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, The Dynasty, even the Blueprint, the Black Album, all them joints. Like Jay always spit that lyric. He gave you that lyricism, and he was also able to use that lyricism and make commercial hits, but not really be so quote unquote commercial as some of these other guys that we see today. Gotta go another West Coast. Like Tupac, he's East Coast. He just moved out West Coast, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going with the Big West. Snoop D-O-double-G. Big Snoop Dogg, you know what I'm saying? Like, that man, his longevity, the way he raps, can freestyle, any beat, he can switch his style to almost anything, you know what I'm saying? And, like, he's just dope. Like, Snoop is dope. You know what I'm saying?
He put Wiz up on a new flow.
So I got Pac, Jay, Snoop. This one is for the ladies. Shout out Lauryn Hill. I dig it. You know what I'm saying? Some people might say she's not a rapper, she's not a singer. I'll give her credit for both because she did both. Her album, I think she only got one or two, not that many. That is a classic. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I can play that today and still bop my head to that joint. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give Lauryn Hill her credit and give the women their credit. I could have said a Little Kim. I could have said a Remy Ma or MC Lyte or some of these other people, but I'm going with Lauryn Hill. And then after that, as far as like lyricism and things of that nature, I got to go with my man Andre 3000. Shout out the one half of Outkast.
I can dig it.
You know what I'm saying? My man Andre 3000 is like, yo, if you really listen to what he's saying, he's killing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, the one song he did, the Hey Ya, I hated that at first. On Soul, I hated that, but then I listened to it. I was like, wait a minute.
He's spitting.
He's going crazy.
Y'all didn't know. I used to be in high school just playing the hell out of that song.
Flight School. He's going crazy. I was like, yo, Andre 3000 going crazy. And not to mention, like I said, you know what I'm saying, I've been an Outkast fan, you know what I'm saying? So to hear him and Big Boy for so long and, you know what I'm saying, on the different albums that they put out there, you know, they were one of the best, you know, rap duos in the South.
Yeah, they the best duo.
That competed on a national scale that, you know what I'm saying, you could say Outkast was
UGK.
better than up there with a Mobb Deep or UGK or, you know what I'm saying, stuff with duos like that, you know what I'm saying? So that's my top 5. Pac, Jay, Snoop, Lauryn, Andre 3000, you know what I'm saying? When we do another one, we're gonna probably do trap rappers. We're gonna do trap rappers. But this goes into who are your trash bag, glad bag rappers? Who are the ones you cannot stand to hear? Who are the ones that you skip when you hear that song? That you just bypass, that I can't do it. He can't rap. I don't want to listen to him. Brother Black, who's your top 5?
Lil Yachty.
Okay. Lil Boat. We got Lil Boat.
I don't want to say trash bag. Lil Tecca.
Lil Tecca.
I don't know. I don't want to say him because he's still kind of growing on me, but I still don't like him. So I'm gonna say Halsey.
Okay.
I'm gonna say him. 4th would have to be. What's dude's name? I forgot it too. Then
we at 3 now.
I'll say I don't like Freak. Go ahead with yours.
Come on, brother. Don't do this to me. Give me 2 more, man. You should have been prepared, bro. We went through this. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my top 5 trash rappers while he think of his last 2, and maybe it's something to hit him and resonate. Okay, because once again I'm prepared and I have this stuff because we gave this topics days ago.
What you got, brother?
Don't cut me short, brother, because you ain't prepared. Don't do me that way, brother. Don't cut me short.
I'm ready.
Don't. Yeah, you unprepared. Blueface, trash.
I couldn't think of him.
Lil Yachty, trash. Lil Pump, trash. Trinidad James, trash. Chief Keef, you're trash. Those are my top 5 trash rappers of all time. Now, I could have thrown a Vanilla Ice in there, a Tony Yayo or somebody, or a Lil B, You know what I'm saying? YNF and Lucci, I don't really, you know what I'm saying? But those are my top. Blueface can't even rap on beat. He can't even rap on beat.
I couldn't. That was one of the ones.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can't rap on beat, you can't even. You know what I'm saying? Like you done. So, Lil Yachty, you're done. Lil Pump, I'm sorry. Trinidad James, you ain't been the same since All Gold Everything.
I never listened to Lil Pump.
And who was my fifth one? Oh, I said Chief Keef. Bang, bang, bang. I'm cool on that. So, you know what I'm saying?
I got two more. I definitely have to throw Lil Pump in there.
Okay, now you at number 4.
Blueface.
Now you at 5.
Even though I said I never listened to Lil Pump besides that.
Gucci Gang. That's it. That's all he got. That was it.
So, yeah, I definitely say Blueface because you're right. That one song you had, I'm like, what the hell?
I don't even understand how Tatiana blew up. I don't, and then Cardi B got on it. Like, I don't understand how Tatiana got on there. But those are my top 5 trash rappers. No disrespect to any y'all. Still getting money. Y'all albums still gonna get sold, streamed, downloaded, and all that. So this opinion from little old brother rocking Flight School. Shout out Mike James, Blade Brown. Those are top 5 from Brother Black. You know what I'm saying? So speaking of music, we just had something epic go down on the internet not too long ago.
You call it that.
Oh, it was epic, brother, because it was over 1 million followers, viewers, watchers that watched this thing, that broke the internet, the highest versus since they've been doing this. The Snowman versus the Trap God. Jeezy versus Gucci. Now, if y'all don't know the history behind it, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of history. These brothers started out on a song with So Icy. Then from there, it just went south. They kind of argued over the rights of So Icy, of who was going to put it on whose album. That led to somebody going into a said location where Gucci Mane was. They tried to take his life, and he ended up taking somebody else's life. That he kind of talked about doing the verses, which is kind of crazy to me, by the way. Did you watch the verses, brother?
I didn't, but I heard all about all the antics, and that's why I really wasn't a fan.
Oh, well, first of all, brother, if you had watched the verses, you would have been shocked and amazed, because when I was watching it, first of all, shout out to the DJs, because they treated that verses like it was a concert. They had the DJ rocking the internet, playing all the trap joints, all the hits, like if you was at a concert waiting for the main event to happen.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And while we waited that hour for these two pillars in the trap community to come out, I was rocking. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I put on all my chains. I had on all my chains, had on my watch. I was ready for the trap show. You know what I'm saying? And then when they came out, of course, Gucci came out rocking all Gucci, you know what I'm saying, with the Gucci trench, iced out. The Snowman came out, jersey on. They both had their, you know what I'm saying, coats, the mink, you know what I'm saying. I think Jeezy said he got lamb on or something like that. You know, real exotic. But it was really a dope thing, for one, for them two guys to be in the same building in Magic City. That's number one. Knowing the history behind them. And two, they both, to a degree, kept their composure. Like I said, Gucci Mane did get out of hand and said some crazy stuff about the guy whose life he took and all that. I'm not going to get into the specifics.
And I lost me at.
You didn't even watch it, but that's fine.
I've seen what I needed to see and what he said.
When did that happen?
During the. What do you mean? When did it happen?
Obviously, we know it was during the verses, but was it in the middle? Was it in the end? Was it?
What does that matter? He said it
doesn't. It doesn't
matter. What does it matter?
You didn't even watch it. You didn't even know what. So did you see how they made up at the end? Did you see how they made up at the end? Let's talk about that then. That's great that they made up, right? Let's talk about that.
That is.
Let's talk about how they
focus on the positive side, not the negativity.
I just said let's focus on that, brother. Don't start getting tight with me, bro.
I'm not tight.
You start getting tightness on camera.
I'm not tight.
You start getting tightness on camera, bro. We don't need no attitudes and nothing like that, brother. Every time I notice you be getting tight, bro, and the people be seeing it.
All I'm saying is
no need to get tight with your brother.
I'm not tight with you. All I'm saying is, yes, the thing that they did as a whole is the verses was good. I'm all for that. But when you start doing all the extra antics, talking about Buddy that he popped, all that.
But what I'm trying to say is, if you would have seen it, you would have known that it wasn't something that he just did throughout the whole verses. It wasn't something that he did consistently. He just kind of brought it up the one time or two times, and I was trying to make a point before you cut me off. The point that I was trying to make is, with all the history that was going on, for Gucci Mane to have only mentioned that once or twice, for all the hatred that he has towards this other man that's on this other side of him, I kind of commend him that he didn't go off the Richter and just completely be totally disrespectful to Jeezy and everybody else that was associated with that during the whole show. That's what I was trying to say.
So, my question to you is, everything we get that it was a versus. It's going to be compared, people going to talk. So do you think with the antics that he did, that was...
It's not an antic.
With the different stuff that he said, because that wasn't just the only thing he said. Even though they had some back and forth.
He said he killed Buddy. He smoked his ashes. Them the only two things that he said. Them the only two things that people talking about
clothes and about.
We're not. That's petty stuff.
All that is.
Bro, that's petty stuff, bro. So Jeezy did Jeezy do an antic when he said, let's talk about I own half of Atlanta?
Bro.
I'm asking you a question. Is that an antic or is that real life?
That was his response to...
I'm asking you, is that an antic or is that real life?
To him, he would be saying he's talking facts.
Okay, but I'm asking you. Do you consider...
No, I said that was an antic.
Okay, then why can't you just answer the question, bro? I had to ask you, do you consider that an antic? You keep saying... That's his fact. I'm asking you. You talking about antics. You talking about the comparing of the clothes. Gucci said something about clothes. Gucci said, let's compare. I own half of Atlanta. Is that an antic? You say no. Okay, then. I don't think it's an antic. I think that's real life, and I think that needed to be said because I don't care about Gucci's jewelry and the $5 million that he had on. But I bypassed that because I don't care about that.
That's my whole point.
I'm talking about the serious stuff of a brother's life being taken.
Definitely.
I'm not talking about what the man got on and let's compare jewelry and clothes and none of that. That's sidebar stuff. That's little kid stuff. We're talking about the serious stuff, brother. Did that need to be said? No, it did not. But could he have elaborated and said a lot more than he said? Oh, yes, he could have. Yeah. That's why I said I commend Gucci for not going in as much as he did before this brother got all tight and tried to take what I said out of context. I commend Jeezy for keeping his composure and not letting what Gucci was saying get to him. And if you guys watch The Breakfast Club and all that, he touched on that, and he's talked about how he gradually became a different person, and he took time away from a lot of things to better himself to where he can present himself in a positive light, to where things that Gucci Mane did and said does not bother him, and he did not react in a negative way. So kudos to Jeezy, you know what I'm saying? That. And kudos to Gucci for not jumping off the Richter, because we all know you're capable of that. We seen your Twitter rants and all that other stuff.
I follow what you're saying. My whole thing of it was, and I'm not tight with you. I guess it's just more so seeing.
Well, when they see it, they're gonna be like, "Dang, why Brother Black get mad?" I'm just like,
I'm not mad with Brother Capo. My whole thing is just,
I can't even get my thoughts out sometimes.
I guess you can't be mad at society as a whole, but just to see the aftermath of the verses and just how people was choosing sides and just really in arms about this whole Gucci and Jeezy thing is just pretty crazy to me, but I guess
that's the purpose of a versus, brother. You gotta pick a side. But you gonna pick either you a Jeezy lover or you a Gucci lover. Either you a Jill Scott lover or you an Erykah Badu lover. When they put the verses on, you don't pick a side. When you don't go. Okay, then nobody. I mean, we get that. You have your diehards that feel like, a snowman killed him. He the realest. Nah, Gucci killed him. Literally.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Arguing over this. That's the only thing. So like I said, I wasn't in arms towards you. It's just to see like people really was tripping about how they was going at each other like it's never that serious. They still making all this money doing music and y'all up in arms behind these two for what? When they not even really beefing like that behind that. They don't even care for each other no more, as you can see. They just going to keep shooting bars at each other. They're going to keep trying to get money.
No, that's not the case, brother. And I kind of mentioned that when I was going into my soliloquy. Jeezy and Gucci made up at the end. Jeezy has been on this campaign talking about that he ain't got no ill feelings towards Gucci. And then if they want to talk about the real street stuff that happened with the chitty chitty bang bang and all that, he's man enough to have that sit down and hear Gucci's part on how he feels about it and vice versa. So to me, that does not lead me to believe that these brothers are going to be shooting bars at each other and keeping on with the mess that you just said. I'm saying that they're going to be moving forward, and I think in the near future they possibly going to be doing music together because they kind of talked about it a little bit.
Okay.
So I hope that that's the case. I don't want to see the Snowman and Trap God getting into it. You know what I'm saying? But that kind of brings us into another thing, man. When we was talking about people getting into it and all this other stuff, man. I got to get my brother Midwest Matthew in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get him in here, and we about to talk about some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially that's important in the black community. That needs to be discussed. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this resonates with a lot of people, especially in the conditions that we're in right now. We're talking about insurance, life insurance, and all that other stuff, man. Stuff is going on in the black community. It's kind of crazy to transition from Jeezy to Gucci, but I felt like it had to happen that way because the hatred, the dislike, the possibilities of these brothers causing harm to each other. We already had one brother lose his life to violence or what have you, and we don't know how his family was compensated, taken care of. Did this brother have insurance? Did he have life insurance? To be able to take care of his kids or whatever the case may be. So I felt like it was great to bring Brother Matthew in here because we was actually talking about this in a phone conversation that we had not too long ago.